All right, Roblox video. Let's see what's going on. Roblox scamming children. They got caught. And instead of apologizing or changing their ways, they tried to pressure them to delete the video. Jesus.
So, it's been a few months since People Make Games released our video titled How Roblox is Exploiting Young Game Developers.
I'm sorry, little known fact. This guy is actually an 8-year-old Roblox player. This is how much the crunch ages you.
You might remember a part in the last video where we talked about a page on Roblox.com that told kids they could make serious cash. After our video was released, this was silently removed from the platform. But this was just an appetizer of what was to come.
Earn serious cash. So in response to a video that shows that they make almost no money, they just removed the part where they say you could earn serious cash.
Silently removed. We reached out to Roblox to say that we were working on a follow-up, and this time, Roblox's new Senior Director of Corporate Communications and Public Affairs offered to speak to us on the phone to see if we could arrange an interview.
Whenever a company has a lot of money and they're in a bad spot like this, or they have like some shadiness, they hire so many people with job titles like this. Senior corporate communication people. And they're some of the most charming, nice people in the whole world. Facebook has like 12 dozen of them. And they just go around and they're just so friendly to everyone in the media, everyone who's got an audience. I want to make sure everyone here understands the scale of Roblox's popularity. It is probably, I think it's the most popular game in terms of minutes played of all time. It is the biggest game on earth right now. But it's entirely consigned to children under 12. It's fucking massive. Most importantly is like, when you look at the breakdown of how people spend their time, like you'll see if you talk to teens, they spend on average of 3x more time on TikTok than Instagram. Session time. Roblox session times are longer than anything else. When kids play Roblox, they spend more time on it than anything else they do in their entire lives.
The games that Roblox users actually...
Sorry, someone in chat said I interviewed for a job at Roblox and the first interview was literally in Roblox. Did you put on a little suit? Did you spend a couple of Robux to get a nicer fucking suit? You have to play a Squid Game with your boss. You have to play a knockoff fucking CSGO with your boss in the Roblox universe.
Signing contracts, or worse, having no contract at all with bosses who might have no experience in management and might be a child themselves. And Roblox does not moderate anything that happens out here because technically it didn't happen on Roblox.com.
This is technically my editors. Technically, because I'm not a child. I'm a man-child, but there's a difference.
They decided I was making too much. So they finally told us about the company that they had incorporated.
The people that Jordan was working for had, without telling anybody, formed a company, meaning that Jordan wasn't a partner anymore, they were now legally an employee.
Frankly, there's like a culture in Roblox against speaking out.
That's not a good sign.
Reputation, getting job offers, or even offering people.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is like what we're headed for with the metaverse, bro. Just working for some fucking Roblox avatar. Boss makes a Robux, I make a Tix. Is a Tix a smaller version of a Robux? Because that's the funniest fucking thing. That's actually a funny fucking tweet. I really want to tweet that. I think I'm going to tweet that. I think I'm going to tweet that right now. All right, toss me some likes so we get started.
In fact, talking about what your boss did to you on the official Roblox developer forums falls under the category of harassment. And since there's no platform for Roblox...
You can't even... That's crazy. It's like 1920 style capitalism, but it's all children. And Roblox is like siding with the owners.
We asked Roblox, many of Roblox's young developers are working under other young developers with no oversight. What options does a Roblox developer have if they experience exploitation or unfair treatment working for another Roblox developer? What tools have you provided Roblox users to know if they are being exploited by the people they're working with? Roblox chose not to answer.
This is like scaled internet child labor. Which is dope, dude. Welcome to the metaverse. Whoa, we're in the future, baby.
The side of the moderation that makes the best headlines are the games that simply should not be there. Like this Wired article on the fascist role-playing games, or this Rolling Stone article on the trolls who are always coming up with new ways to hide sex games on Roblox. To hear Roblox's...
I swear to God, you could not write, let's say 10 years ago, you could not write a dystopian sci-fi that is more clever or crazy than the real world of children working as amateur game developers for other children to create fake Roblox Lego-looking strip clubs for an even larger group of children. That's mind-blowing. Bro, not a single writer has come up with anything. Like, Black Mirror has no shot of coming up with that.
It is commonly believed that the shutdown was the direct result of a YouTuber known as IsoToxic raiding the forums just a day earlier, along with the infamous post by Jared Pogi123Kaber on October 1st of that year, which linked to an illegal child sexual abuse site. So,
Jesus Christ, dude. This is the jarring world of us living on the internet now. It's only going to get worse. Is that you have to fucking, in the same sentence, you're talking about something very serious. His name is like fucking IsoPoggy69. And like, you know, if you flash forward 30 years, it's going to be like the water wars were fought by fucking Pussyhound69 versus Icy Fire 420. FaZe fucking Genghis Khan conquered half the eastern seaboard.
After this channel's last video on Roblox, a number of concerned parties got in touch with us to see if we could force Roblox to act regarding a Roblox developer with a few nicknames, including Dr. Rofatnik and Jaden Shedletsky. The person you're about to hear speak is Sarah, not her real name. When Sarah first met Doc in a Discord...
You don't have to... Just... I wouldn't even use their name, because we're trying to get... It undercuts the seriousness when we're talking about Dr. Rofatnik. That's a tough
server. Doc was 24 and he knew that Sarah was 12.
Jesus Christ!
He was the one who started taking the inappropriate jokes into DMs first. He kept encouraging it, saying that it was okay to make these jokes. It's not illegal, it's not breaking any laws, even though it was literally sexting. It got to ERP level at one point.
This flirtation continued.
Why yeah, this is really, really bad. She's 12. I think that this should not even happen. This should not be an interaction that's possible. Why the fuck is a 24-year-old on Roblox anyway? And why does 12-year-old know what ERP is? Who is this? Who's this hero that's saying, don't do it? It's weird for a grown man to joke about being a pedophile. I don't really care, says Dr. Rofatnik. This better end with this guy fucking arrested.
He transferred ownership of his Sonic games to an account created specifically to hold them.
Can we zoom out for a second? It's called Sonic Eclipse Online. And Sega is getting no money from it. The entire fucking business model is illegal to begin with. When is someone going to report on the fact that 90% of their income comes from just stolen shit? None of this is a real business. This is a multi-billion-dollar company with a stock price that's rising. You cannot make a bunch of money making a Sonic game if you don't own the Sonic fucking rights.
He also claims that those messages were not the reason he was even banned from Roblox in the first place, and in a follow-up told us that another one of his accounts was banned for something which led to several accounts being banned in one go, including his main one, but he didn't wish to explain what that ban was actually for. And finally, in relation to his role on the Sonic Eclipse online team, he says SEO...
Sorry, no, I wasn't banned for being a creepy pedophile. It was something worse that I can't tell you about.
follows my original vision, but that vision has been entrusted to other people to execute the blueprint, which makes it sound like he's, what, an advisor? An external consultant? But if we look at this video published on his channel in April of this year, you'll have heard Doc talking about his big plans for the game and his team, including this bit.
We're an 11-member team steadily regaining our footing.
That's Doc's avatar at the top there with the words owner, director, pro...
That's pretty damning. Is pretty damning when you create the org chart and put yourself at the top as owner, but say you're not involved.
It was really stupid back then, but like I spent it on stuff in the catalog instead of DevXing it into real money, which I really regret now. I spent like half of it and bought like 2 faces and a hat. And then after the other 100,000 finished pending and I got it in my account, I wanted this bigger item. It was called the Silver King of the Night.
You can't not get the Silver King of the Night, all right? You got money to spend. You got 80 racks putting a hole in your Roblox pocket. You got to get a Silver King of the Night, obviously.
I would have spent the other 550 probably to upgrade my setup and buy a new mouse and keyboard and stuff.
Would have been useful, I would say, for a young game developer.
Yep.
Why is Roblox selling?
Okay, but not as useful as a Silver of the Night. Fucking boomer. What's the point of having a fucking sick real life setup if your in-game avatar looks like trash?
After Jack had bought these items, a Roblox developer that he'd been talking to for a couple of months that he thought was his friend sent Jack a file that Jack thought was an asset to help with Jack's next game.
I downloaded this file off the Roblox website, which actually contained a cookie. You can get into their account just by having the cookie. He sold the limited items for like pretty cheaply and made a quick, like, I think it was like 50K after he sold them. I hate myself because of it, because like with that money, I could have made like my parents proud.
Fucking snakes out here, dude. Snakes out here in the Roblox community. You think someone's your friend? You play fucking sussy Among Us knockoff game together? And they out here fucking rat fucking your cool turquoise hat for 50K? Bro, that actually reminds me a lot of RuneScape though. Bro, shit got real in RuneScape, I will say. People would yoink. People would yoink. I famously said that I had to pretend to be a... I had to create a female RuneScape avatar and fucking catfish someone to get my fucking party hat back. They stole my party hat and I did what I had to do.
It's like a stock market for users to gamble on their children's platform, with Roblox continuing to take a cut each and every time they're sold between players. This is a breathtakingly irresponsible feature to put in a game where around half of the users are aged 12 and under.
I mean, it's probably younger than that, you know? When you take out the pedophiles, bringing the average way up. If you take out all the fucking Dr. Rofatniks at 24 plus, it's probably fucking 8-year-olds, dude.
There is a reason that societies do not allow children to gamble. It's because you can't rely on them to have a firm understanding of money, of risk, of addiction. Most adults I know don't have a firm understanding of all three.
Listen, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Today we're gambling. Adults have a great grasp. Adults know when to say when. They know when to stop.
You know what? Maybe it isn't about the classic knife.
Shut the fuck up. That is insane. I'll be over like $1,000 spent. So please wait till you're older, Roblox kids, because then you have the wherewithal, the mental fortitude to make sure that you won't overspend on gambling.
Depressing. The platform today is almost inconceivably massive and getting more power and more money by the day. In fact, just as we were finishing putting this video together...
Listen, I know we said a lot of bad things about him, but look at this. Lil Nas X dancing. Old Town Road, baby.
Roblox released their latest earnings report and the company skyrocketed in value once again. Roblox is now officially bigger stock than Nintendo. And this success...
Roblox is bigger than Nintendo. Roblox is literally worth more than Nintendo. The entire company. Decades and decades and decades of hit games. The best-selling console of right now, the Switch. It's smaller than Roblox.
The CEO of Roblox...
Someone said cry harder, Sakurai. That's your stance on this?
The existence of the collectible stock market that they created, of the underground black market of website that they allowed to exist, they didn't...
I mean, it's the age-old playbook. It works for everybody. Something that was normally regulated and hard to do offline, just do it online. Regulations will take years to catch up because everyone in power is old and has no idea what the fuck's going on. Exploit that to get so big, make billions. And then when you're big enough, you can influence those same lawmakers to delay, obfuscate, slow down policy that makes anything change. And then just milk that money to get bigger and bigger and more entrenched. And then when they finally do regulate it, you have a monopoly. There's no competition. The only thing that's majorly different about Roblox is like they have the uniquely nefarious strategy of targeting all this stuff at children, which are like money fountains because they're extra stupid.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Kind of depressing, eh? If you'd like to thank us for our work, there's one big thing you can do, and that is go to patreon.com/peoplemakegames.
So wise, dude. So fucking wise. I agree with everything he's saying. That being said, obviously I gotta, well, I mean, this is the Infernal Undead Immortal Sword. I'm not gonna not grab it, obviously. I'm gonna snatch that up and I'm gonna sell it for a higher price. Yeah, fire video, actually. Fire video. Even better than the last one. And the problem is there's just no way for regulation to keep up because the internet's moving too fast. And these guys have no fucking idea what's going on the platform. Just make children politicians? Yeah. That's the solution. We need more 12-year-olds in Congress. Yes! That's a good idea. Psychic!